Evil Squid Comics podcast. We are part of the Collector's Maze Network.
Don.
Scott.
Andrew. All right, so this is RoboWolf #1.
From our boy Jake Smith.
Jake Smith. Does he do like everything, like the colors, the lettering, like?
They just basically say that he's doing the story and the art. And
yeah, it says written and illustrated by Jake Smith, but I literally don't see a letter. I think he basically did everything.
I tend to think so as well.
So that's pretty cool.
Yep.
But RoboWolf. So this is a new book from Dark Horse, #1. The title kind of says it all. It's like a RoboWolf. So he's like a wolf with like cybernetic enhancements, right?
Yes.
It's pretty cool. It starts out with like a really cool car chase where... Didn't they rob a bank or something?
Yep.
Yeah, so they robbed a bank, and then RoboWolf and his crew, they robbed a bank and they're running from the cops. So it's like a big, cool car chase to start out.
It is. And look at the detail in the background, of the city. And
yeah, like, I mean, no skimping, right?
There really isn't,
anything.
And you can maybe even catch some like little Easter egg type of things maybe where he's trying to do some references maybe to some 80s or 90s different stuff, I think, and give a little bit of a feel there of kind of a throwback.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. And so with the car chase, they got like Uzis, they're like shooting at the cops and all sorts of stuff.
And it kind of introduces our little base group here of RoboWolf, and he's got like his little crew,
there's like the bubblegum.
You got the bubblegum driver,
Yeah.
smart chick. You've got some little skull-headed guy who's kind of like maybe the Brawn or something. And then what do you have? Another guy who's kind of like the mainframe brains, I think.
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
like the techie guy,
The techie one,
yeah. You get all your stereotypes.
Yeah.
And then in the middle, you get like the backstory about why he's robbing a bank, right?
Yes, because for his daughter.
His daughter was kidnapped.
Yep.
And he's being blackmailed, right?
Yep.
Right.
So he feels like he has to do the illegal stuff in order to get the money that he needs to get his daughter back.
And honestly, a lot happens in this very short issue because
they go
to drop off the money, right?
Well, they go to drop off money, but it's to try to help out one of the other members of the crew.
Oh yeah,
because he owed some money to this gang boss, and then
Who's got two heads.
Yep, and then they get into a fight with that crew. Because, of course, there's like some little backstabbing that goes on there.
Yeah, which is another big, cool violence.
And that is a huge violence. I mean, for something in which...
she sticks two sides through this guy's face.
Then we got this guy getting smashed his head. And,
it's not for the
children. It's kind of a little bit of a misdirection.
Not for the children, Don.
Well, yeah, especially because how it started off first, and if you've read some of the other stuff, even like Blood Force Trauma, I never thought he'd do some weird things there, but it still felt a little cartoony. This just flat out felt very, what'd you say, Kirkman-like or something. They're going on.
It's very over the top. Very cool.
Yeah.
No, I like it. It was fun.
Overall, I enjoyed it. I still don't know. I love the art. Okay, I will say that.
Okay.
Jake Smith is just great. Something there with the story though itself felt very. I don't know. Maybe it was the dialogue. Something was missing there for me to really feel like it would hit. I felt like there was a certain simplicity to it, which is nice, for what he's going after. But it just didn't really quite. It felt, what would I say, almost like a rough draft, or something like this when it comes to the actual writing dialogue.
Gotcha.
Maybe even. I wouldn't even say a pacing thing because, to your point, the pacing's quick. He's going and he's getting everything across when he needs to. But there's something very, I don't know if it's, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
I know, but I can't.
Je ne sais quoi.
Yes. No, but it just doesn't feel very unique, I guess, or something. It feels very cookie cutter, I guess, in some cases.
I would say the story-wise, maybe it's nothing like, blowing your socks off super unique, but all the design and all the
absolutely,
all that stuff is very unique.
Yes, the design and everything, but I guess that's where I'm going. The
story
does
it's a simple story.
Feel very
simple.
It feels very cliche.
Yeah,
okay, here we go. We got to do this under the run. Somebody's kidnapped. Oh, we're gonna have a fight.
Yeah.
So you almost have to have some witty, snappy dialogue. I feel like if you're gonna go that simple, I think, from the story perspective, and I don't feel like the dialogue was
quite snappy.
It felt, like it was almost forced in some of its one-liners to that effect. But that would be my critique there, where I just want to kind of prepare people for it there. But to your earlier point, from a pacing perspective, man, he's got it all in there, and he's really jam-packing a lot in there with it to get everything that you really need to know in one issue for what's this guy's purpose, who are the characters, some cool action. It really hits a lot of points.
Yeah, I mean, I see your point, but I think it's a style over substance type of thing. Like,
yes,
the style, makes up for the lack of substance. I mean, because there's not a lot of substance. It's a pretty standard story, action, or whatever.
I would agree. But
it's so fun, and the designs are so cool.
And some of
about it,
and some of what I'm talking about is just pure opinion only.
Obviously,
and part of it could be, with Blood Force Trauma. I like that so well that my expectations may have been a little high even for his second. I guess this is what now. This is his second though individual owned story, isn't it?
Because I think the Godzilla, I mean, he's done other stuff. I mean, he did that first book that he kind of self-published. What was that called, Jimmy? Anyway, he did that. Then he did Blood Force Trauma. Then he did a book with Kyle Strom.
Yeah,
Drew.
Yeah.
And then he did the Godzilla book.
Godzilla, yeah.
And now this is kind of his next kind of creator.
This is creator owned,
yeah. Correct.
Totally.
Cool.